And again, like I said, I like to talk to somebody first before I press forward. And yes, it's a violation of the apartment. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. And looking into some of these videos where this fellow was claiming to make our products, I noticed something very interesting in the demonstration, his demonstrations. He has chemicals actually in 3D projector, or sorry, 3D mapping. There are chemicals involved in doing that. And those chemicals basically you have, and also too, I've seen in videos. Also seeing multiple cans of combustible items, which is spray paint. And this is a heavy concern. Now, there were some of his followers, they're following what they were in the room, but he came in the room screaming and carrying on and acting up, saying he had the right to do this. Technically, no, you do not have the right to do this, because basically this is a violation of your lease. It's also a violation of basically of putting other people in danger, because you're not supposed to have 20 or more cans of spray paint in your living quarters at all. I mean, this stuff can basically is a combustible item that basically can lead to fire. Over here, it's considered to be in general a flammable material and must be stored near exits. This is not stored anywhere near an exit. It can't be either electrical equipment or heating equipment. You have it right next underneath of a printing machine. Which again basically does, I'm pretty sure, draw some kind of heat. On top of that, combined, you have this in your apartment, so this is not in an area where it's going to be room temperature in there at all, period. So this is an item that, yes, can end up exploding in his apartment, not only killing him and his family, but killing anybody else around him. You cannot have 20 cans of spray paint in your apartment. I just got off the phone with license inspection to make sure that we were in the clear on this. Yeah, you can be violated. You can actually be taken out of your apartment, and you can be fined very heavily, even your landlord, because you're not supposed to have that in your apartment at all, period. On top of that, the chemicals that you're using to actually do the printing for that particular unit, you're not supposed to have those chemicals in there. You don't have a work environment. It's not zoned as a work environment. It's zoned as an apartment. Do know there's certain zones that you can have for certain structures to do certain things in. If you have a cosmetic, when you work with those particular chemicals, you have to have a chemical zone for that particular area. So there's different areas that they have a zone for different things you're going to be doing in that environment, and you don't have a zone for that. You don't even have a license to have that stuff in there. You can have one can of spray paint in a place at the end of the day, but you literally have 20 cans sitting in there on top of each other. Question: do you run the air conditioning anytime you go away from the apartment? If you and your family step away from that apartment, is that air conditioner running, or do you turn it off? Apartments get extremely hot in there, which means those cans are in danger of exploding while you're away. And you put the lives of other people in danger. He had a bunch of people come into the room screaming and ranting. He was in the room screaming and ranting how he felt he didn't do anything wrong. Well, guess what, buddy? Show me some paperwork tomorrow for license inspection. How you contacted them so they can walk through your apartment and deem your place safe. Show me that tomorrow. And don't fake those documents, because this can get you into a lot of trouble. You'll get into a serious amount of trouble for this. I have some friends that are inspectors in that field. I can contact one of them, give them your address, and they can just make a surprise visit and pop over. This will automatically, you would get an eviction at the end of the day. They'll probably give them a timeline to clean the mess up or give them an eviction. It's up to you, but you're not supposed to have that in there at all, period. If you have a house, most people have paints they're going to store in a house. It's going to be either garage or basement. They're not going to be storing containers of paint throughout the apartment. That's insane. Or the house. I had a freaking house at the end of the day. I've never stored paint upstairs in my living quarters, ever. Either in the basement, or if I had a garage, I went into the garage. I'm in an apartment right now, and I have neither a basement nor a garage. And how we do things in here, everything is made to order. If I have an order for 6 quarts, then we make 6 quarts. We don't have anything left over. Those cans are washed out and disposed of. We have a chemical we drop in there to wash them out. Even though we have this water, everything is water-based, it's washed out and disposed of. It's put into proper bags, and we have a sanitation unit that comes up and picks up those particular items, because some of the stuff cannot be thrown in regular trash. Especially if we're using something like, if I was using an aerosol can, you can't throw that into a regular trash can at the end of the day. It has to be put into a special area where somebody else has to pick that up. So again, it's like basically throwing out a propane tank. You can't literally throw that into a trash truck. There's a special unit to come pick that up. You do not have a license, or that place is not even zoned to have that many chemicals in there. Under your lease, and any lease, you have a certain amount. Oh, I'm incorrect. Okay, then if I'm correctly or not correctly, you can look it up for yourself, or how we can have license inspection. Just go through, and we'll take your opinion from there. But under your apartment, to make sure that other people don't get murdered in the process of living next to someone who may be a chemist or whatever they may be doing, you can have certain things you can have in your apartment and certain things you cannot have in the apartment because you put other people at risk. And having that much spray paint plus that machinery and then that apartment packed the way it is, it's extremely dangerous. That place catches on fire, he'll kill a lot of people in that building. You don't, like I said, he doesn't care. He came in the room laughing and carrying on. He doesn't care at the end of the day. Well, buddy, you go away on vacation, and I'm pretty sure them air conditioner isn't running, and one of those cans implode, and someone dies in there, you got a body on your hands after that. And God forbid a child dies or something happens. You're not supposed to have 20 cans of spray paint in your apartment. Can't have that in there. If that's the case, then I mean somebody can just, well, people do that. People operate crystal meth labs in their apartment, and they literally put a lot of people at danger when they do that. That's why we don't have anything here for, if they had to do a surprise search through my apartment, you're not going to find anything in here. You're not going to find containers and gallons. You're not going to find it in here. We make everything made to order. We buy exactly how much paint. This is where math comes in important, Jamie. You have to know math for this. You know exactly how much paint you need to make certain soap, and when it's done and depleted, that's it. Matter of fact, I got orders to make today, and I ordered enough product to make 4 gallons of paint, and that's it, and we're done. No more. Then we order more in. We have to put our film, but we never have stacks of laying around. That's very, very dangerous. That's why if you go to our website, under our website, we have and this is what you don't have, Jamie, on your website, because you have no information at all, period. On our website, we have proper storage for our products right here on the website. Let me see. Clean up. Proper storage right there. Jamie, do you have this on your site? No, you do not have this on your site. Proper storage for products. The screen paint has a 5-year shelf life. If stored and sealed properly, please store in a room temperature area. We have it right there on the site. Because I know at the end of the day, you do not want to stick a product in an area that may be too cold, that may be too hot. This could cause a chemical reaction, and you could have problems at the day. I'm not saying our stuff is going to explode on you, but again, better safe than sorry. That's why we have the information right there for the customer. You don't have that information on your site because, again, you don't know exactly what you're doing at the end of the day. Look, Jamie, I don't have to go into this today. I can literally just come on here and just basically roast you on the simple fact that you deleted a video off your account. Clearly, when you try to make our products, and then you try to make a second attempt, which you are going to fail at that one. But in that second attempt, you showed off something that I didn't see in the first demonstration. I never saw those containers of spray paint sitting there. So when I saw them containers of spray paint at that particular time, I couldn't care less about you trying to make a second attempt, which we know you can't do. But I'm looking at them containers of paint, and I'm thinking, what in the world? Like, seriously? You got about around close to maybe 700 to maybe 600 square feet in that apartment. And you got those containers in there, including with that apartment being stacked the way it is in there with all that. Oh my goodness, man. Come on, Jamie. You should know better than that. You should definitely know better than that. Fire marshal will shut that place down in a hot second. Even if the spray paint wasn't in there, your apartment is considered to be deemed as a death trap, a fire death trap. You can't have that in there. I don't care. You can argue from sun up to sundown. You can call me a Karen. Call me whatever you want. You're not supposed to have that in there. Pretty sure if anybody else, if you're living in an apartment, you wouldn't appreciate if somebody was living underneath you had explosive items, would you? How do you sleep at night knowing that somebody may have something dangerous in that apartment that could potentially end you and your family? Now, I'm pretty sure If you found out the guy over top of you connected firearms or maybe explosive grenades and antique grenades, would you feel comfortable with somebody having a landmine, an active landmine, in their environment that they collected? Or some form of explosive C4, mercury switches, anything like that. If they had something like that over top of you, would you appreciate that? I don't think you would. So the same way you wouldn't, Jamie, you wouldn't feel comfortable with someone having something like that in your apartment complex that could literally level half that building easily. It's the same way somebody wouldn't feel comfortable about you having 20 cans of combustible spray paint in your apartment. And also, too, the fact that your apartment is overcrowded with a lot of clutter that, again, is a potential ticking time bomb for a fire. One of your outlets spark, man, it's going to be a nightmare in that place. And you got combustible items on top of that sitting in there. That's even worse. That's fuel to the fire. So I'm pretty sure any one of your tenants would walk through your apartment and go, oh, no, 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 no. This is not going to be over top me or even next to me. Now, you can take it the wrong way. You can go in and say, oh, he's doing this because he feels threatened that we're close to making his product. No, you're not close to making my product. You're not even close at all. In fact, you went and deleted the video. Basically tells you right there you're not even close at all, period. And you never will make my product because, again, you can't steal my blessings. Even though you're trying, you won't be to steal my blessings. You'll be embarrassed today, as always. But my most concern is not that. My most concern is the fact that your apartment is a potential fire hazard and it needs to be cleaned up. You need to get some kind of storage unit and clean those corners up, get that mess out of there. If you're blocking doorways, whatever, windows, whatever, you need to get all that out of there, period. And then that paint needs to be stored someplace else, not in that environment. Rent yourself out a little work studio or something and do your work in there. That building is not zoned for that. It is clearly not zoned for that. Do you need for me to go in? I got your address. Do you want me to dig into this? I'm giving you the opportunity to clean it up. And next time you come on camera, it looks a little bit more safe for other people. If you don't want to do that, then I'm going to take the responsibility and make a phone call. And I guarantee you, when they come to that front door and they look around in that place and they see that, you're definitely going to have an option. If they're going to contact your landlord, they're going to ask your landlord, did he know that this was going on that property at the time? And you better do something. Now, the reason why Jamie's not going to do this, and I'll tell you why. Jamie has a lot of pride, a lot of pride. This is a man who sat there and literally spelt the word delivered incorrectly. And because I said on camera, if you basically change this, this means I'm smarter than you, literally left this on his channel for at least about 3 or 4 years. He left it on about 3 years. He left it on there, never to change it. I'm not making that statement here at all, period. I'm making a statement that you need to clean this mess up. You need to. Now, because of me telling you, I'm not bossing you around saying, oh, you better do this. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you need to go in there and clean that up because it's dangerous. That's what I'm saying. But he's not going to do it. You know why? Because I asked him to. I'm not demanding to. I'm asking you to go in and clean that mess up because it's dangerous. And you shouldn't have that in an apartment around other people. But you're going to take this the wrong way, let that pride get the best of you. You're not going to go in there and clean up Jack at the end of the day, or this, that, and the other, and you're going to leave it the way it is. And guess what I'm going to do? Because other people live in that building and they shouldn't be in danger, I'm going to make a phone call and you're going to get evicted. So I'm giving you the opportunity to go get the mess cleaned up because it shouldn't look like that in there. Everybody's apartment is a mess here or there. I got a little mess going on in there right now. But you can see my corners in my place. I try to keep my place as neat as possible. And yes, I work in the kitchen with my products, and I make sure that everything we make it to order because I don't want other stuff. I don't want piles of this stuff. And I know when I leave this place, I'm going to turn the air conditioner off, so this apartment's going to heat up. I take my cat with me everywhere I go now because I got a little bag for him. He got a little bubble bag. He sticks his head out. I take him down to see his grandmother and his family, and he goes where I go anyway. So he's never here in the apartment anyway. He's always with me. So other than that, yeah, I'm not going to run the air conditioners. And I don't have anything in here to implode and blow up. We don't have spray paints and combustible items in here. But apparently you do. Paint can even, after a while, become combustible. But spray paint aerosol cans a lot faster. A lot faster. So who's to say one day, man, you may pick up one of these cans. You don't know what's going on inside those cans. You don't know what's triggering. You don't even know what's going on inside those cans. Who's to say one day you were to pick up one of those cans and they were a ticking time bomb. That sucker would explode in your face. That's small shards of freaking pieces of metal embedded into your skin, along with paint embedded in with it at the end of the day. Not alone, some of that could explode and it could hit anyone in your family or your pets. You don't think at the end of the day. Clearly you don't. So either you get it cleaned up, or, unfortunately, I'm going to have to make a phone call because I know people in that particular area for them to go through and take a look at that building. So it's up to you. If you want to take it as a way as I'm bossing you around, I'm not bossing you around. No one's ordering you. No one's bossing you around. I'm telling you, you need to get this done. I'm not going to say please because I'm not going to do that. You should automatically not have that in there, period. All right. So you need to get it cleaned up. See, the thing about it, Jamie, you don't have no respect for anybody else. You have no respect for your family. Just to explain how this fellow is. This fellow got sent a cease and desist order to his home, telling him he was going to be sued. And this lawsuit is going to basically wreck him financially. He's going to literally have to pay. He's going to have to pay back so much money that his credit is gone. You will not be able to buy a house ever because you're going to owe money. You owe money with interest. And this is a lawsuit you won't win. But you were given the option to get out of this. You were sent a special letter to you telling you to back down, and you refuse to. This is what also too, because of that letter in court, this is why you're also put into the category of willfully, because you were automatically warned this was going to happen. Most people who bump into a copyright, maybe they take the copyright, think they're going to get away with it, but they get caught and they go, okay, it happened, I'm sorry, so and so and so. And, even this, most people send a cease and desist letter, they back down on it. I've got a cease and desist letter a few times on products we were testing against other company. They didn't like it. We didn't slander them. They just didn't want us testing against their products. And I said, okay, fine. I abide to it. I sent them a letter back to them. Okay, no problem. Such and so and so. And that was the end of it. That was it. But to go on with that, basically, I knew I would basically find myself in court. Probably, yes, I probably would beat it in court because, again, I could back my products up. But still, I don't want to go down and take that risk. So I basically backed down on that one. But you were given that option, and you didn't take the option. You just went on with it. Now you're going to go to court, and you're going to lose everything. You don't just, I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about you where you just got this kind of, this arrogant pride where you basically will self-destruct. You literally have destroyed your family's lives at the end of the day by not backing down on that because of your pride. This right here again, this is more of your pride because you don't want to hear me say that you need to go clean out that apartment because it's a fire or death trap for those around you. You don't want to clean it out. You leave it the same way. So you'll have a fire marshal pop up at your front door or license inspection, and you'll be kicked out on the street and be fined due to the fact that you refuse to go in and clean your mess up because you're worrying about your pride at the end of the day. Well, let me tell you something, buddy. Your pride is going to leave you penniless and broke. That's what it's going to leave you at the end of the day. So it's up to you. Because if it's not going to be me, somebody else is going to put that call in. I'm definitely going to put the call in. Because at the end of the day, if that apartment does explode or something happens, somebody gets killed, that's my fault at the end of the day because I had the option to go in and change that situation and I did nothing. And anybody else who has the option to change that situation, you have sat back and did nothing. So if someone does die in the process of that mess, their blood is on your hands along with mine. So that's why, pain alone aside, that's a different story. This is something extremely serious. It needs to be tended to. Okay, I got to get to Home Depot. I got to pick up products. We got to make this fake paint, do this demonstration, and that's basically about it. Chances are that video is going to go missing. We know that from the door. It's going to disappear because he's going to try to hide it. That's what he's going to do. But Jamie, I've already made a copy of it, so you know, and I took pictures of everything, and I did basically have them on a folder to get ready, prepare to send them to the proper people who need to handle this situation. So, you know, I would suggest you go in and clean up the apartment, get a storage unit, or I don't know, put that stuff away in there so it's not a death trap at the end of the day. And all those combustible items, get them removed out of the apartment because, again, they should be there. You don't have the proper room temperature for those things in there. Not that many containers. That's a little too much. So I show you what I saw. There you go. And there's stacks of them. Look, you can see a little blue can right there. That's a gray can right there. Little blue can. There's stacks of them back there. You're not supposed to have that in there at all, period. I'm not reading the messages, and the reason why I don't read the messages is because we leave these hot mics open. I mean, if you want to put your opinion, it's up to you, but we leave these mics open so people later on will be looking at this, and they'll be reading through your messages that you put in here. So again, you know, if you want to put yourself under a magnifying glass and come out as an uncaring individual, doesn't care if other people die in the process because you support a YouTuber that basically has combustible explosive products in his apartment, then that's how you're going to come out. So don't get upset if other people could jump on your channel and they start, you know, basically ranting at you because, again, you supported this nonsense. It needs to be, the products need to be removed out of the apartment. I still need to get a little copy of this because we got to make this stuff today. This is part 2. So let me end it here because we're done on this one right here. I do want to make it just about these combustible products right here. He has in here. In general, flammable materials must be not stored near exits, electrical equipment, or heating equipment. It should be stored in a separate, well-ventilated storage area away from a potential source of igniting. Yeah, buddy. You got that thing right underneath a printing machine. And that area is not well ventilated. We can see that from the door. And you're not supposed to have that many cans. That's like going to somebody's house and watching them at like 20 aerosol cans. You're like, what the freak? Like, it's just really, really dangerous, man. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, you don't run it. You can have it too cold in an apartment. It has to be a certain room temperature for that stuff to maintain. You can literally have it too cold and the can can explode on you. So if your air conditioners are up really high and you got it really chilled in there, that could be a problem. That could cause an issue. Too hot in there, that could cause an issue. It has to be a certain temperature in order to store that product in there. You got way too many cans in there. Vapors from combustible and flammable liquids can cause and ignite fires. Also can cause health problems for people inhaling them. I hope you're not spraying this inside the apartment. So I'm hoping you're doing those paint jobs, those spray paint jobs outside somewhere, and you're not doing them inside. Because spraying that spray paint inside constantly all the time, those vapors actually go just about everywhere. Well, you know, you consider it to be a joke, Jamie, just like you consider everything else to be a joke. I mean, robbing your customers, all that stuff is considered to be a joke to you. It's not but a joke to you at the end of the day. But license inspection won't consider it to be a joke. So it's up to you, whether you go and you do it yourself and you clean it up, or I make a phone call, how you want it. Because they will come through there. Your name is, keep in mind, Jamie, your name is Jamie Fernando Gonzalez, correct? So what they're going to do is they're going to contact the landlord first before they come to see you. They got your name, and your landlord knows exactly where your apartment's at, and they're going to come to that apartment. That's what's going to happen. So if you think at the end of the day, well, you don't have, dude, I have your full name, right? So all I got to do is basically have licensed inspection. I got a friend that works over there. Contact your landlord in that building. And they can track him down. They can find him because they have to do inspections on every building. They know exactly who's who. So they'll be able to track him down in no time at all. And all they got to do is mention your name. What apartment is this? individual living in, what tenant is this, what apartment, and he'll say he lives in apartment 6 or apartment 9, and they'll be right there with no problem, right at your front door, with the landlord, and that'll be it. So if you think you can hide on YouTube, it's not going to work that way. Your apartment is a danger. We're not, again, don't get it mixed up. I don't want you to go into, oh, he's doing this. No, it ain't about that, man. The first thing when I was looking at the demonstration, at first I was looking at how he was trying to make our products, which is a joke. But then when I looked over and I saw the spray paint, I was like, no. You're not supposed to have that many containers, especially in an apartment. You shouldn't be having that. And that's in your living quarters, which makes it even dangerous. That's not supposed to be there. So that's what basically made me make this video. Now, instead of you being a man at the end of the day and having respect for other people, you could have just came and said, yeah, you're right, because I'm not sitting there coming bossy at you. I'm not sitting there calling you an idiot. I'm not calling you stupid. I'm not calling you none of that. I'm saying, man to man, you need to get that cleaned up because that's extremely dangerous. And you could have came into the channel and go, yeah, you're right. That is kind of flammable. I should have never had it that way. I'll go, try to take care of it. And I'm like, hey, good looking out for other people. That's how that conversation should have ended. But it didn't end that way. And then with me telling you this is going to happen, and then with you coming in here with a bunch of emojis and laughing and carrying on and making jokes. That's how it ended. You don't know how to be, you're not a man at the end of the day. You don't know how to talk like a man at the end of the day. If you came in and said, hey, yeah, you're right, so and so, you have to say I was right. Okay, yeah, that's crazy in there. I got to get that taken care of, so and so and so. And I'm like, yeah, good looking out. That'd have been the end of it right there. But no, you got to come there with emojis and laughing and carrying on because, again, you got this arrogant ego issue. Just like, again, when you got busted with them house paints, you could have came out there and said, oh, man, I didn't know this match. I do apologize. I'm going to try to fix this, make a better product, so and so and so. No, you don't do that. You had the video, still sell the products, and rip your customers off. But it is what it is. All right, Jamie. I want to look at, we already seen we got 2 mixtures here, so we'll make 3 of these today. I got to get down to Home Depot. Sorry, people. I got to get dressed. I got to get down to Home Depot so I can pick up this stuff right here so we can get making this stuff today. I don't waste the whole day on dumb nonsense. Could be doing something else, be showing some videos, but whatever. Anyway, let's get that done. I do need to get a copy of the full video because I know it's going to go missing. It's definitely going to go missing. So we'll come in here and I just need a video all the way up until he makes the products and some of it, not the whole full thing. We just need that. Because I definitely know of all of these, this one's definitely going to ghost. But just in case, Jamie, if you do decide to delete the video for that particular purpose right there, just so you know, I've already made a long enough video copy explaining what's going on in the video, and I did take pictures. So if you get rid of this, it doesn't make a difference. We still have evidence right here showing this is what's going on. Okay. Hit that refresh, make sure that video is there. All right, perfect. All right, good. It's not going anywhere. All right, I gotta make a copy of the video because this is going, like I said, this is definitely gonna go missing. I literally just made a copy of the first one. I told you that one was gonna go missing. I literally told you that was gonna happen. It was gonna walk, and it did. It walked. Some marine fish. Let me see real quick. Let me see. Let's see what we have. We said making a copy. Let me see. Also, I gotta have a talk about that. You have our Cinemax Black. How's that possible? We don't even have it yet. We haven't made it. How do you have that? Let me see. Fire hazards. Press combustible items. You would have got away with that better if it was basically a can paint. Basically with that. You're still not supposed to have a lot of that in there, but you would have got away better than that. Aerosol cans are considered to be combustible items. So that's a very temperamental product right there. You got it too cold in there, you have issues. You got it too hot in there, you got it too issues. It's a pressurized can. So now you put yourself at danger, you put other people at danger when you have that in there. And that many cans on top of that. It's not a temperature controlled compartment anyway. Let me see. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, here we are. Here we go. We have a section in here with your videos from. Here we go. This is it right here. I told you videos gonna go missing. I told you. I told you. See right here where it says making a copy so the video doesn't go missing. That's why we had to make the copy, because we knew the video was gonna go missing and the video's now gone. All right, I don't want to crowd this video up with this right here. We just keep this one short and sweet. Basically, keep it serious on this one. You do need to clean that area up. Because again, I've seen in videos of coat racks and clothing and just stacks of boxes and corners. And then over there you have like now like almost like 20 something combustible containers, which is extremely danger. On top of that, you know, your air conditioner, you know, you're not going to run that when 24/7, you know, you leave the apartment and you turn that off, that apartment's going to heat up. What do you think is going to happen to those containers over there? So you're putting a lot of people at risk, a lot of people at danger, and you need to get that cleaned up. And if you decide that you're not going to do anything about it, then I'll make a phone call and I'll contact somebody. I'll submit all the information we have, and you'll have to deal from there. But you have the option to get it cleaned up, and you should. Once the license inspection contacts your landlord, he's going to be fined. They're going to fine him for this, and he's going to take it out on you. So you need to get that mess cleaned up. First of all, no one should have to put pressure on you. You should do this automatically because it's dangerous. But again, like I said, person with a lot of pride. All right, gotta go. I gotta come back in, and I want to talk about this. Him having our black Cinemax. Like, how the frick you got that? We don't even have that yet. But we'll figure that one out.